In today's fast-moving world of supply chains, logistics performance can make or break a company's success. But how do you actually know if your logistics is working well, or if it's quietly costing you customers and money? The answer lies in KPIs, key performance indicators. These simple but powerful measures can reveal the health of your logistics operations, from the warehouse floor to the final mile of delivery. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to logisticsABC, your source for mastering logistics and supply chain management. Whether you're a student or a professional, this is the place where we simplify complexity and give you the insights you need to stay ahead. At first glance, a KPI may seem like just another number on a dashboard, but in reality, KPIs are the language of performance. They translate strategy into measurable outcomes. When a company says we want to be more reliable, faster, and cost-efficient, KPIs are the tools that make those vague ambitions concrete. KPIs don't just measure results, they guide action. They spotlight where things are going right and where operations are slipping out of alignment. And when used properly, KPIs are not just about data, but about decision-making. They tell managers what to fix, what to reward, and what to change to keep the supply chain flowing smoothly. Logistics is one of the most KPI-intensive sectors in business, and for good reason. It's complex. Goods pass through multiple stages: sourcing, warehousing, transportation, and last-mile delivery. Each stage can succeed or fail, and a KPI framework helps break that complexity into clear signals. In transportation, KPIs tell us whether trucks, ships, or planes are moving efficiently. On-time delivery, transit reliability, and freight cost per unit are all signals of how well the system is performing. In warehouses, KPIs show us if space is being used wisely and orders are being handled accurately. Picking accuracy, throughput, and warehouse utilization reveal how effectively inventory is managed. And in the last mile, the stage customers feel most directly. KPIs like on-time and full delivery or failed delivery rates show whether the promise made to the customer was kept. Each number reflects a customer's experience, and in logistics, customer trust is everything. Some KPIs have become universal in logistics because they capture what really matters. On-time delivery rates, for example, directly show reliability. Inventory turnover tells us if stock is flowing or stagnating. Warehouse utilization highlights whether facilities are optimized or wasting space. But perhaps the most powerful KPI is the perfect order rate. This single measure combines accuracy, timeliness, and completeness into one score. If the order arrives on time, in full, without damage, and with correct documentation, it's perfect. And perfect orders don't just save money, they build customer loyalty. For professionals, these KPIs aren't abstract, they're decision points. If order accuracy drops, maybe picking processes need redesign. If transport costs rise, maybe routes or carriers need rethinking. KPIs aren't there to decorate dashboards, they're there to drive action. The power of KPIs becomes crystal clear when we look at real-world cases. Take a major brewing company in the United Kingdom. When their deliveries to pubs were often late or incorrect, a huge client threatened to walk away. Instead of guessing at solutions, the company worked with the client to build a KPI framework. They tracked delivery in full, on time, along with detailed error codes for picking and loading. Suddenly, problems that had been invisible, like sloppy loading or unchecked picking errors, became measurable. Within a year, their performance hit target levels, the contract was saved, and the company gained new business. All because KPIs gave clarity and accountability. Or look at Intel. When it launched its low-cost Atom chip, the supply chain had to transform. By tracking cycle time and inventory turns, Intel cut its fulfillment cycle from 9 weeks to just 2, slashing costs by more than 70%. Without the right KPIs, that level of transformation would have been impossible. These stories show us that KPIs are not academic exercises. They are levers for real, measurable change. But not all KPI stories are success stories. Some are cautionary tales. One of the most common failures is misalignment. Companies often choose KPIs that are easy to measure instead of those that truly matter. For example, measuring truck utilization might look good on paper, but if customers keep receiving late deliveries, the wrong KPI is in focus. Other times, companies track too many KPIs. When teams stare at dozens of numbers, they lose sight of which ones are truly key. And in some cases, KPIs backfire, employees game the system. A warehouse might chase speed targets at the cost of accuracy, hitting the number but damaging customer trust. Failures like these remind us that KPIs must be carefully chosen, balanced, and connected to strategy. They aren't just numbers, they're signals of behavior. And if the wrong signals are sent, the results can be damaging. For students preparing to enter the logistics industry and professionals already shaping it, the lesson is clear. KPIs are powerful tools, but only when used wisely. They should focus on what really matters, be limited to a manageable number, and be backed by accurate, timely data. They should be used to guide conversations, not just fill reports. A good KPI framework makes meetings more focused, decisions more informed, and improvements more continuous. And above all, they must connect to strategy, because the wrong KPI is worse than no KPI at all. Logistics is moving toward greater digitalization and automation, but the principle remains the same. KPIs are the compass that guides the system. The professionals who understand and use them effectively will be the ones shaping supply chains of the future. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe to logisticsABC. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on future videos. Check out the recommended videos here for more great content. Thanks for being part of the logisticsABC community, and see you in the next video.